Go.
I don't know. Hey guys, welcome. This is the first episode of the Three Marketeers Show. Yeah, that's how we should say it. The Three Marketeers Show. My name is Jason. I'm your host tonight. So basically, wait. Let me check. Can somebody feedback to me if the audio is good? Let's everybody will have to our end. All of us will have to share the whatever to our respective screen first. So give us a couple of minutes over here. So if you are already watching this, if you're already tuning in, please say hi before we kickstart everything. And yeah, I think we are live. I think we are all good. Okay, now, so basically this is the Three Marketing Show. The whole idea of this show is to bring together my friends. As you can see here, I have two friends accompanying me here. We have Manfred, we have Andrew, and all of us are basically practitioners. And all we do is Facebook advertising, and of course we have been doing digital marketing for a while. So, of course, this is me being the host, but I would like to quickly introduce my friends here. So first of all, we have Manfred and we have Andrew. Manfred, share with us your background, what you do and all that, please.
Okay, hi, my name is Manfred. I'm playing around
Manfred,
with... hello, can you hear me?
Manfred, your
Yep.
sound.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, good. Please. Sorry, it's my end.
Yeah, okay, no problem. So, in my previous life, I am a programmer. So,
Previous life.
doing programming for
Right.
some years. And after that, move on to do digital marketing and been playing around with Facebook for quite some time. It's still my favorite digital marketing tools.
Your favorite digital marketing tool means you have tried several things as well, basically.
Yeah. So I've been trying out car industry, beauty, education, and many others. And each industry is quite challenging also. What about Andrew?
Andrew, what are you?
I wonder how many reincarnations have you gone through in your previous life, my friend?
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. That's why his face is like the light is making him a little bit greenish tonight. So we talk about reincarnation, previous life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's been using the iPhone as a torchlight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. So Andrew, share with us about your background then. It's like what have you done?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Andrew. I will consider myself an accidental marketer because I've been doing sales for almost the rest of my life. But I've always had this interest in advertising since I was small. So while people enjoy watching TV movies or basically episodes, I actually enjoy watching advertisements more. And I found advertisements from newspapers to study. So when the opportunity came for my boss, I was previously the head of sales. Not my previous life, my current life.
Your life.
Yeah. So say, you since you need somebody to do some digital marketing for our company because we do cybersecurity stuff, so it's basically B2B marketing. So it's okay, I'm gonna try. So fast forward 2 years plus, getting my toes, my knees wet in the world of digital marketing, Facebook advertising, copywriting, which is fun. I'm definitely not going back to sales for sure.
All right. I think this is a lot better, a lot more fun, right?
Oh yeah, so much things you can do. So many creative stuff you can play with, and it's definitely better than doing sales, than pitching.
Cool. Definitely. So thanks, Andrew and Manfred. So basically, I'm Jason. I'm your host tonight. But basically, being a host, right, I won't be able to actually say I've been doing a lot of like my mind point over here because tonight we have Manfred is the one who, in my opinion, right, he's one of the guys who actually he likes a lot of details kind of thing. But of course, Andrew is also another one. But Andrew is very good in terms of the copywriting. That's why we have a lot of different niches, as in like different expertise in this, even though three of us are only here. And for those who know me, I've been doing digital marketing, specifically Facebook advertising for my entire, I've been in the career for 13 years, but I've been doing Facebook advertising for about 11 years now. So that's what I do, and I train people. So tonight's topic, being the first episode, I think it's very important for us to actually discuss something that a lot of people, things that a topic that people care about, which is, the topic here tonight is about how do we actually create an effective Facebook advertising. Of course, when we talk about effective Facebook advertising, it comes from several angles. The design, the attraction point, the thumb-stopping factor, and the copywriting, of course. But I think I would like to hear from Manfred. What do you think? What makes? I mean, you are the one who actually kind of like, kind of obsessed with the copy kind of thing. Because me and Andrew are kind of lazy in that sense. But what do you think? What makes a good ad?
After doing so many times already, you always wonder why some ads work, some ads don't. So, I think for a start, you must understand that Facebook is mainly consumed on mobile phone. Okay, most people consume it on mobile phone, and hence is really thumb scrolling. So there's 4 parts of a Facebook advertisement. The creative means basically the image or the video, the branding on top. That's how the IC, the image, the creative, the brand, the comment, and share. Then finally the copy, or should I say the lead in. Lead in is the few lines or words before you press see more. So these are the 4 parts. So the order is always creative, branding, comment, share, and finally the copy. So the creative, let's talk about it. Without much thinking, we must be thumb stopping. The thumb must stop. The image may make people stop. And normally people consume Facebook is just want to see the pages that we're following, or catch up with their friends, or what their friends are saying on Facebook. It's not meant for advertisers to really shout out their things, but we are interrupting them. Hence, normally people like to put pretty girls. It's quite effective. Or some animals to stop people. Then when you put images also, we tend to test a variety of images. And a lot of people that I talk to tend to be quite lazy. They just throw in 1 or 2 pictures and confirm this will work. And I think otherwise, I think that when you start your campaign, it is important to test multiple images to see which one actually works. And as what Jason has said before, what you think doesn't matter. Is what the Facebook algorithm thinks that's matter. If the algorithm favors certain images, then these images is producing better results. Without a doubt, then you have to take that image.
So on this point, are you saying that you do split test, or you're actually putting up multiple ads? Or is it a split test? Which mechanism are you actually doing?
I'm not a big fan of split test because often I find myself lack of budget, lack of time, and press for result. I just set up the campaign with multiple ads. Normally, I put a lot of images and videos all together. Then we start running within a set. So maximum in my experience, I think no more than 30. Because the objective here is we should try to find 2 to 6 winning ads. Okay, from there. Facebook will narrow down. Then if you want to add more, then you turn off all those that are not doing very well. Then you add in more ads to test it out. And of course, if you ask me what kind of ads are working or not, then you have to do your homework, study your competitors, always find out who's your strongest competitors, and find out them in Facebook ads library. And in Facebook ads library, I think always look for their oldest ad. Because when their oldest ad, say example, if you found a competitor's ad that is at the start of the year still running now, means if the ad is still running, obviously they are making money, or the ad is doing very well. So you should learn from them. Why do they use this method, this creative, or this copy, so and so forth? They give you a hint already.
Nice. Okay. I pick up something very interesting just now. You say that you actually would start testing with a lot of tests, a lot of creatives, and you just throw in, and then you will actually pick about 2 to 6 that, in your opinion, works better. How do you determine?
No, in Facebook algorithm's opinion, not my opinion.
Facebook algorithm. So you would actually let them go through the learning or not?
Sure, learning phase. Then if roughly around 500 impressions or less, if the ads don't perform or don't bring in purchases or conversion, just cut them off. Just cut them off.
Okay. So that's how you filter this thing out.
Normally, I think most people do it this way, as in you do via interest to form the custom audience, then later on do it lookalike audience. So what you are bringing in the custom audience is very important. If the interest is not giving you correct audience, cut them straight away.
Right.
Don't
right.
pollute your custom audience.
So when it comes to interest, means basically interest in customer audience. What's your take in this, Andrew? Andrew is a guy who actually,
I'm kind of a lazy guy. So since I
Okay.
discovered dynamic creative, so what I do is I load using dynamic creative, maybe 10, 15 ads or 15 images to test. So sometimes I test images, then I will keep the copy as the same for all. Sometimes I actually test the copy and I'll keep the images the same. It is a lot more faster that way rather than do A/B testing, especially when you're low on budget. So after a week or so, I should be able to see from the creative which of the ads combination that actually generates the results, and just basically duplicate them and run based on that creative. If it's king on all of them, then basically just leave them on. So it's let Facebook do the hard work rather than us, because nobody knows about the audience better than Zuckerberg and any one of us, you see.
Right.
So that's how I do it.
But for dynamic creative, I have, at first when it came out, I'm quite excited about it because I'm also quite lazy. I just want to throw in the thing, then they'll sort it out by themselves, all the copies, the headlines, and the images.
Yeah.
But later on, you
Right.
realize that there's a few things that is missing. First of all, you can't really use the Shutterstock image provided by Facebook. You have to provide your own image. So that's one troublesome part. The creative reporting doesn't support dynamic creative for now. Then I can't do social proofing because there's no ID down there.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so
Now,
yeah,
that leads to social proving. Come. Continue, Manfred.
yes. So
your favorite thing.
after creative itself, then the second part of this is branding. Branding, there's nothing much we can do because the brand is just the brand itself. So like, comment, share. The guys always like to call me the social proofing guy because I do a lot of
You
social
are, man.
Yeah, so I believe that when we found certain winning ads itself, we can give them a little push by making the ads have more likes, say example 100 likes. And I started my likes as in I found the winning ad itself. I took the post ID, I put it inside the engagement campaign and let it gather more likes. And after playing around, then I realized Singapore is quite expensive. So I target Malaysia to bring down my cost.
Right.
So I spend very little money. I increase a lot of likes and sometimes a lot of comments also. So the posts look more rosier and prettier. So I'm in for social proofing. I'm quite okay with social proofing.
So let me fill you guys in. For those who are watching, right? I mean, you probably sometimes. I mean, if some of you wonder what is social proofing, social proofing means before you really like scale that ad to really, aggressively go out and target for any actions, you actually use that ad to grow some certain likes and comments. Right? So to make the ad looks like some an ad that people likes and kind of like has been getting quite a number of likes, like Manfred is saying, a couple of tens of hundred of likes, and that in a way. It's arguable that people may think that if you have this social proofing kind of thing, you will make your ad more trustworthy and you will make it more, kind of like more thumb stopping. I don't know. But basically, guys, thank you for saying hi before we actually continue from here. So if you have any questions, in fact, you can actually type in a comment below because after our 3-man chatting here, we will actually pick some questions to answer. And of course, if you have your thought to share, because I think Led is Manfred's friend and Cyrus is a friend. Please say hi. This is our first time doing this, a little bit nervous, but we are excited about sharing whatever we have here. So yeah, back to social proofing. Okay, I don't know. In my opinion, right, based on my experience, I'm not really a big fan of social proofing because in my opinion, I've seen, first of all, I'm skeptical about social proofing. If even I say something like tens of thousands, I mean, first of all, an ad that has social proofing, chances are they have been appearing in front of my face for several times. So I'm the kind of person who would go in and say, okay, now you have got some social proofing. Let me see when was this comment created. And I realized, it's about 6 weeks ago. Then I know this is what kind of scenario that we are looking at right now. So and on the other hand, this is what I believe, right? When you're running advertisement in what we call it, in the right way, eventually, while we are getting all these results like leads, clicks, and all that, we will be getting likes and comments and all along the way. So yeah, and those would actually gives, in a way, if you gives it a push. But I'm not the kind of person who really into that. But of course, this is totally arguable. But what's your take, Andrew?
I don't care about social proofing. It doesn't matter. End of the day, it's what I want to say is, does the ads get results that we set up to do? I mean, really, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
For the
I'm the kind of, yes, I agree.
I
Yeah.
can never understand why. I've been telling Jason many times. I say for life, I can never understand why would somebody like an ad.
So somebody
why
want
would
come
you want
again?
to do that? You take action, Yeah.
Like an ad, you mean?
Yeah, why would they want to like an ad? You see? So it's pretty obvious. Maybe that in this
Right.
whole we kind of know, but what would take action? Go in, go to the go to the landing page or wherever it is. But like the page doesn't seem to. But that's how that's how people
No,
work. I guess.
normally if people who like or comment or share means that reacting to your ad means that they are telling you they saw it. So a lot of times when I do advertising, so I was thinking, hey, did people really respond to my ad? So a very easy way is if you switch to narrow down to your platform for desktop and mobile and check your CTR all. If your CTR all is less than 4%, this is actually blanket for all industry. Just a simple example. If it's less than 4%, means that people are not responding well to your ad, your creative, your lead in, and your like, comment, share. If you, yeah.
Oh, you use 4% as a benchmark. That's pretty high.
4%, yeah.
Right.
For
But let me
desktop
ask you
and mobile.
Okay, what about negative social proof? I mean, as in like people come and do nasty thing on your post. Are you gonna just kill the post and say, okay, I'm gonna do all one more round of social proofing again, because you don't know.
So don't ever kill it because it's natural.
So negative
Make it
is you
more
just
real.
keep it on.
Keep it on. Always try
Nice.
to respond to it and try to bring it offline, because you never know whether the negative comment maybe is from your competitor and trying to make a scene or not. So try to confront it. It's not to confront it. Try to talk to the person and bring it offline. And when people see it, they are taking action to it.
Right. Interesting. What about
And in every
copy?
industry, everybody got complaints one, so we have to live
Of
with
course.
it. Yeah.
Of course. We have funny people talking funny things. I mean, this is all the whole world, whenever we are running ads.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
what
like three of
about
us
copy? Well, it's quite interesting that we had this thought. I think last month or a couple of weeks ago, when we were still running the 60s, that we want to run this thing. So basically, that's how the Three Marketeers show came about. And so that's what we plan to do. So basically, if you're kind of like what you're actually seeing right now, and you want to really be updated about whatever in the future, because what we plan to do, of course, this is just plan. Hopefully, we will do this every week. Hopefully, we'll do this every Friday. And basically, we want to do this a continuous thing to share more, because this whole idea here is we would like to whatever, because we've been doing this, we might in a way help people one way or another. So if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to smack the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, the follow and like would do you good, just to make sure that you'll be notified whenever we go live again. Okay, now back again. Let's take a look about
so that's
copy.
social proofing lah.
That's social proving. That's part of it. I think Manfred brought up a very interesting. Actually, it's the structure. The advertisement consists of the creative, the headline, of course, and of course back to the copy. Now, what do you think about copy? Do you think copy is important?
Absolutely, very important. Especially the lead in the first few lines. Okay, it's also part of what the 4% is. So it has only one mission: to make people press the tap on the see more, so that you can extend and see the entire thing. So the first few lines, it's just like the 5 second in the YouTube commercial. The first 5 seconds, if it doesn't leave the mission to make people watch longer, then the whole ad is gone already.
Okay.
I
mean, in my
I've
opinion,
been testing this
please.
idea. In my early days when I was running ads, I'm heavily influenced by newspaper ads, because that's where that's how I grew up with, and also so-called direct marketing approach. And when I was running ads, initially it was always written in an ad form. This is what we have. This is what we want you to do. Click here. And it's from 1,000 miles away, you can see it's obviously an ad. But recently I've been trying to pivot into writing it as if it's a normal post.
Okay.
Sorry,
Writing it as a
yeah.
normal post. No problem. Okay.
And
now
and
Andrew's turn to be frozen.
Yes.
Okay. Come.
But
Continue.
I
You're
noticed
good.
that in that sense, my turn to be frozen.
No, you're good.
Okay,
Continue.
so
Please. You're good.
It seems to get better results, but it's not conclusive yet. So I'm gonna continue to test, basically changing from writing copy as an ad copy or sales copy, and turning into a post and try different angles, tie it up with different images, so that they read it as if you would normally read as a normal post. Because the idea of people going to Facebook is the first place. Nobody likes to read ad first.
So you mean that you're writing it as a normal post instead of an ad post kind of thing?
You're right. Yes.
So,
you're right. It's a normal.
Then how do you
try to
capture
create-
the call to action? How do you capture the action that you're looking for?
No, basically you write in such a way that you create curiosity,
Right.
and then your headline is to basically lead them into that little button called "Learn More," and test it out. So I'm testing the idea.
Right.
So the advertisement look like a normal general post, disguised as a
Yeah,
normal
yes.
general post, so that people won't
Yes.
just scroll through lah.
So you're actually banging on the headline where if everybody consume first, because this is my angle, you see, most people, I mean, based on my experience, of course, I've been running this for 10 years. One thing that I summarize is that, I agree with Manfred, it's the picture that captures people's attention, which is a thumb stopping. Of course, we have a lot of thumb stopping factor that you can count in, be it the background, be it the color and all that. But another thing that I realize is, based on my experience doing a lot of lead gen, especially for my clients, especially lead gen part, okay, when we do the copy, and then we do the ad, right? When we do the copy is supposed to tell people about what it is all about, and then the project and all this kind of thing, or the information and all that. What we realize is 90%, close to 95% of the people, when we contact them, they have no bloody idea about what they have actually submitted the lead for. So my opinion here is that, you may not want to actually pack too much information thing. So in this part, I may agree with Andrew, where try to make it more like an engagement based in terms of, trying to get them to read in an angle, try to capture their attention. Then only we do. So another question that I want to actually throw to you guys is: do you think the long copy or short copy is more useful? Long or
Depending
short?
on the product itself, if it's something that is very complex, obviously you need a long copy lah. But normally people don't like to read so long unless it's really very engaging, unless you are very good at your copy. And I think copy serve only one purpose, is to qualify the audience. Say example, if I'm selling car, obviously I don't want non-car owners to come and tap on my ad and waste my time and come into my funnel.
Okay,
So,
that's a targeting part already, right?
Yeah, so the copy must serve one very important purpose, to qualify the audience. Because and I agree with you just now what you said. I already put my price down there, and a lot of time people still ask me the price again.
Yeah.
So,
Never
all the
fail.
time. All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew? Are you frozen?
I think what the am I frozen?
Yeah, you're back.
No.
You're good. Please go on. Yeah.
So the theory that the attention span of people nowadays is 7 seconds.
Yep.
7 seconds is already kind of like what we actually see in blueprint. It says it's about 3 to 5. 5-ish, 5-7 kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long copy and short copy, I've tested both. Unless you have a very good story or the way you write it such a way that it really wants to. The idea of
Captures
copy is to
attention.
get them to read the first line, go to the second line, and continue the story. Unless you have a very good points or very interesting points, sometimes short copy will just do the trick.
Yeah, that's my experience recently. You see, we've been running several experiments on our own, selling our own products, and we have tested long and short copy. But one thing that I realized, if I have long copy, means I'm actually trying to convey the message, trying to sell, And my experiment says the long copy actually kind of most of the time it perform worse compared to the short copy, because short copy works a lot better by, it has to be short in a way that you express the message. Like, my ad says, just $9.99, join me for 6 days. So all the information is on the landing. So my argument here is I will write short to capture the right attention, like what Manfred said. You don't want those people without the intention to click on the ad. So I agree, we use the copy as a qualifier, but we bring people to the landing as a further qualifier. And the whole story should be, and it will be a lot more properly told if we are actually doing it in our landing, if you agree with me. Because they are in the least, you see, when you're trying to tell a story on Facebook, on social media, on Instagram, you're competing with all these other so-called posters from their boyfriend, girlfriend, and whoever friends, you see, about food, about vacation. So the attention span is so much shorter. But when we bring people to the landing and you are actually closing everything out, it's your place, you see. So we get the message across so much better. That's what I actually see from my recent experiments. What do you think?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea of the fundamental idea of running a Facebook ad is to sell the click. The ad is supposed to sell the click, and your landing pages is the one that you actually do that, explanation, trying to pitch and all those things. But then you don't forget, you can always follow up the storytelling with the emails, and especially the emails. The email.
The email, we're talking about the master emails, right?
Yeah. So, you have all these elements that basically design such a way that the moment the Facebook ad is to shout out to let people know, they click, they go to your landing page, and you do your landing page in a way that you can capture some emails or some contacts. And if you can't,
the nurturing
then
part,
you do the retargeting. Yeah, then you can re-nurture using the retargeting ads and all those things if they don't take the explicit action. But most of the selling should be done on the landing page. It doesn't work for me, especially in the B2B space where I'm trying to sell on the ad itself. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I think B2B is even more difficult.
It's tough.
If you're trying to, especially you're talking about, you want to use the ad copy to tell people about, those web security, those kind of thing. I think it's totally a very, it's kind of like a very difficult thing to achieve.
B2B, normally you have to give out some PDF, like say the
lead magnet kind of thing, right?
2021 top 10 trend or something like that to lure the prospect to come in. But I want to add on to what Jason had just mentioned.
Yes, please.
Yes, landing page to qualify, yes. But sometimes when you do lead gen or message campaign, sometimes you got no choice. All your qualifying have to push forward inside the copy. You don't have really a landing page to qualify. See, say example, you wanted the correct audience to come in, you have to tell them that at this place, at this price, at this offer, this kind of service, then they want to message you, or then they want to fill out the form. So sometimes copy is the one and only way to qualify the audience in certain campaigns. You can't go to a landing page.
But you see, it's arguable as well. You see, I mean, like what Andrew said, when you're running advertisement or whatever we're doing, right, there's always before the click and after the click. So I would actually be with Andrew and say that, those important information should be after the click. And those enticing things that you capture people's attention should be before the click. So for your case, or even you say using lead gen, you can still pack the information in the lead form instead of on the copy itself. But that is also arguable. Of course, actually, everything is up to Tesla. But based on my experience, I think try to keep before the click more straightforward and focus on capturing intent instead of focus on selling is more important. That's what I believe in. You see, a lot of people try too hard on before the click. They put in too much information and all that, but turns out people don't read. You see. Then we bring in so eventually you'll get a lot of junk leads and all this kind of thing. It may not do your overall campaign good as well. Okay, now we have a question. So guys, if you have any questions, this is the time that you can type in, because what we plan is to run 30 minutes, but we're already up. But no worry, can we actually go into the Q&A? We have one question from Jessie Jess. Let me bring it up. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Jessie Jess, yeah. I hope I read it correctly. Thank you for the question. Yeah, right. It should be a year. And how long would you recommend to test your A/B test copy before changing strategy? Who will want to take this? I think
So you say before changing strategy means what? Sorry, I don't kind of catch it.
Maybe, yeah, because this is actually quite interesting. Let me try to understand the question. How long would you recommend to test your A/B test copy?
How long do you test your copy lah?
I think this is talking about copy, not creative.
Yeah, so copy put inside the ad and you let it run lah. Minimum for me at least strategy. 2 days lah. Minimum
2 days
Minimum.
Okay.
Minimum, yeah.
Yeah, and my turn.
500 impressions
Oh, you use the 500 impression as benchmark.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, my take is this. I don't test copy much, to be frank. I test creative because I think creative is the more important thing and more unpredictable thing, in my opinion. So especially when we are actually entering new market, when we are actually testing, launching new product, or even launching a massive campaign, I would do my split test on creative. Okay, because like I say, in my opinion, copy is a secondary because I want the creative to work in terms of thumb stopping and capturing intention and attention first. And then my rule of thumb, of my method of A/B split testing is we will do at least 3 to 7 days, not more than 7 days, or I wouldn't spend more than 10% of my overall budget. That's my take. Yeah, if I spend, let's say for example, if for the entire 1 month campaign, if I plan to spend maybe like $5,000 for example, I wouldn't spend more than 500 on split testing because certain people get too obsessed about split testing, but sometimes you don't want to test too many things. Like for example, when we go split test, we will split test copy, placement, audience, and what else? There's another thing. Yeah,
too much thing to test already.
Other things can be optimized along the way. That's my take. Okay, so yeah, my take is I only split test creative. I wouldn't test the ad copy. As in copy, if you're talking about the write-up, that's not my thing. What do you think, Andrew? Dynamic creative.
It depends on. No, I mean, you see, why would you want to change your copy? Is it because it's not performing, or it's not getting the number of clicks to your landing page or purchases? Because it may not be the copy; it could be your landing page.
Wait. You were frozen out a little bit. Can you?
Maybe the copy she's testing, everything is the same except for to ad A and B has 2 different copy. Maybe one long copy, one short copy. So they just want to test out which one is working better.
You're asking
what's the outcome? What is the outcome? The outcome is what you want to look at basically number of people taking action, which is a purchase, or you want to look at basically landing on the landing page.
I think that's a very interesting question. So basically,
it may not be the copy. It could be working. It could be because if you say, okay, my outcome is to get purchases, then it may not be the copy. Then you look at, okay, it's clear. The first entry is your ad, then you go into your landing page, for example, and then they either do a checkout and they purchase, right? So the first thing first you have to look at is, are they landing? Are enough people landing on your page? If they are, then the ad is doing okay. But after the landing, if the checkout is really low, most likely maybe your landing itself, the copy may be an issue. And if the landing is okay, the checkout is fine, then could be a technology issue that basically the checkout or what's stopping them. So when you analyze this, then it don't jump. I used to jump into copy. I used to do that. At first it's not working. I say it could be a copy issue, but then it just dawned on me that maybe my page is even loading too slow. So that's why people click on the ad, look at the page, took too long, and then they went off.
Right.
So those are various factors that may consider that customer journey, to the point that they actually buy and give you the money.
I totally agree with the customer journey part. You see, a lot of people say it's before the click and after the click. So a lot of people pay too much attention on before the click because ultimately, right, it's not about engagement on the post that you're trying to get. It's about the end picture. It's about the conversion that you're trying to get. It's about the lead that you're trying to get. Yeah, I think that's the point.
The money is in after the click.
Correct. It's definitely after the click. Liking the post doesn't make you money.
After the click.
Right. So, okay, thanks, guys. We have another question from Christopher. Christopher is a good friend. Maybe one day we should bring him into this show. Now, Christopher asks, questions on creative. Do you guys test different thumbnails on your video? Copy stays the same. What is your take? But,
I normally
for
don't
me,
test
right,
thumbnails.
that's a creative lah. That's a creative because changing different thumbnail, that's the creative that you're A/B split testing. Do you usually do that?
Honestly, never come across my mind for testing thumbnails.
Right. I actually did. I actually did.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I actually did.
I do. I mean,
did.
not deliberately, but basically, yeah.
Yeah, it actually does make a difference. You see, because the thumbnail, I mean, but of course now it may not be that significant anymore because especially before that, right? But of course now there are still devices that, and certain people that actually choose not to autoplay the video. So the thumbnail in a way actually plays a factor of, the thumb stopping factor. It works, I mean, technically it works the same as the creative that you're using, which is the visual. So does it stop?
Yeah.
Because one thing I realize is a lot of people don't pay attention to the thumbnail at all. And that would actually put you into a very funny situation. Let's say, for example, if I do my video, right, and I don't care about my thumbnail, I probably will have a frozen, what do we call, frame of me doing funny action, like,
color,
like something like that, right? Then and it makes the whole thing look a bit weird, lah. Andrew, you're saying something? We're losing Andrew a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think basically, yeah. I mean, when it comes to creative, to Christopher, it's actually good to look into the thumbnail part. But I don't know, when it comes to testing, to me, you can test lah. But I have not tested in terms of the thumbnail creative for a while already. But that's what I'm actually looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thumbnail is important. Yes.
Important, but I don't test. That's what I'm doing right now. I used to test back then. Yeah, we tested. Okay, I think that's all the questions that we have right now. Thank you so much. We still have 19 people staying up to now, though I don't get questions from you. Thank you so much. We have we have Julian, we have Annie, we have Kevin, Paul. Thanks for joining, Paul, Cyrus, and Let. So basically, yeah, is there any like wrap up that you guys would like to share with our audience about the so-called today, because the topic is about Facebook ads, how to create effective Facebook ads. Is there any last thought you want to share with the people who are watching right now?
So there's one thing. A lot of times when people want to write a copy, I always like to check my competitors. So, say example, a lot of people when they do Facebook, they forgot about Google Ads. I find Google Ads Keyword Planner is very useful. Say example, your competitor is let's talk about insurance, greateasternlife.com. So you put the whole URL, put inside Keyword Planner, then find all the high volume keywords. Then you know that these are actively people are searching for it. So it's a good track to find topics that you can put inside your copy. And to even edit even better, maybe you can take the same keywords and put inside Google Trends, and you can find even more trendier keywords. So there are a lot of ways, interesting ways to do things. So especially when you do a new industry that is totally not familiar with, this is one way. Find your competitors, strongest competitors, put them in. Then there's also like similar web you can throw in and see there are other similar websites. So many interesting ways to dig out information and add to your copy. I just want to add one more small little point. Beside the Facebook ads library, there's another tool called bigspy.com, but it's a paid tool. They show you a few examples. You can use that tool to find relevant Facebook advertising.
Let me type it in, bigspy.com, BIGSPY.
Yes, bigspy.com. And the other place I like to go to is Facebook success stories, where I find case study that's relevant to that industry, which I find very useful. Yeah.
Oh, you actually do go and dig. That's a very good one. Thanks, Manfred, especially looking at the keyword planner and then the Google Trend to look out for our competitors. Keyword, I think that actually is quite an interesting approach. Thanks for that. Andrew, anything?
No, I mean, just to make the show a bit more exciting. I mean, the idea of us coming together is basically not to just talk among ourselves for fun. Hopefully, we can add some value to you. Do let us know what sort of topics that you want us to talk about, or something that's bugging you that you can't solve, and then allow the three of us to get to work to find some answers or some solutions for you guys.
That's cool. Thanks. Yeah, I think yes. Please share your most burning question, with us, and see what we can come up with. You see, right? Okay, so let me wrap this. Thanks so much for tuning in, and if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay up to now. And if you are interested,
It's been fun.
to be it is. So if you want to be notified whenever we go live, this is what we plan. The 3 Marketeers show will actually go live every week, and this is what we plan. It's gonna be on every Friday. And yeah, if you have any questions that you have about Facebook advertising or digital marketing, feel free to post in comment, or even to actually PM me and all that, or PM Andrew and Manfred. Of course, we will actually try to do whatever we can to discuss in the 3 Marketeers show. So I think this is it. Okay, and remember to click subscribe button and like and follow so that you'll be notified whenever we go live again. Okay. All right. Is there anything else, guys? Yeah. See you next Friday. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and bye. This is it. Thank you. Bye.